Jackson used to be one of the most liked K-pop idols for having an innocent personality, acting like a gentleman and being funny. However, nowadays, he is one of the most hated one. People started to see the real him and turned their backs against him. Even though he started to get recognized in America, like attending Met Gala and having a song with Sierra. But fans that were supporting him for a long time no longer respect him. And here is why. In 2014, Jackson debuted with GOT7 and the group released its first single, Girls Girls Girls. The same year, he joined a show called Roommate. The show introduced Jackson to a wider audience and made many people be a fan of him as he showed an innocent and funny personality. Due to the success of his appearance in The Roommate, he was invited to do more shows, as everyone enjoyed his charisma. Due to that, he was awarded a Newcomer Award at the 2014 SBS Entertainment Awards. The future seemed bright for Jackson. His group over the years was getting more and more successful. He was liked by millions of people. However, in the past few years, people changed their opinion about him. The first thing that shocked people was his support for China. For many years before, he declared his patriotism for Hong Kong. He would bring the flag of Hong Kong with him to the airport to show off his love for his hometown. He would even wear a cap that had the flag on it. But then something changed. He stopped his patriotism for Hong Kong and started to show his love for China. During GOT7's World Tour concert in the US and Chile, Jackson was seen proudly showing of China's red flag. In his Papillon music video, he is seen wearing a China flag hoodie. And then, something more shocking happened. He showed his support for the one-child policy. This policy brought so much pain to people's families. But for Jackson it was not enough. He declared that now people should call him China Man and not a Hong Konger. It made people so upset, one Reddit user said. Jackson was born and raised in Hong Kong, so for him to turn his back on them at a very crucial time is telling. He spent his life in Hong Kong. He enjoyed his freedom of speech and liberties while being a Hong Konger. He reps HK as a national fencer. He always proclaimed he is a Hong Kong citizen while promoting as a rookie back then. A lot of excuses made for Jackson is that he has to protect his family. However, do you think the Hong Kong protesters who were unalived and mauled for speaking up didn't have a family? One person said as well. Money makes people change like that. And that's not it. Jackson and other China's biggest celebrities turned away from partnerships with global clothing brands that have promised to stop using cotton from Xinjiang over human rights concerns. His record label, Team Wang, said national interest is more important than anything. This studio and Mr. Jackson Wang strongly object to all deplorable behavior that smears and spreads rumors about China. This showed to people that Jackson sold himself to China. The brands were doing right by not using cotton from Xinjiang due to accusations of forced labor and discrimination of ethno-religious minorities. But it seems Jackson doesn't care about this. People from Muslim communities felt like they were backstabbed by Jackson. Imagine you support an idol for many years and then that person supports enslaving your community. If any of you have not heard of what is happening in Xinjiang and what they are doing to Uyghur people, you should read articles about it or watch a video. It is so sickening, and you will see why people see a problem with Jackson supporting China's government. In 2022, another scandal involving Jackson came out. One Chinese actor, Li Yifeng, was revealed to be using services by Beijing police. Jackson got involved in this because of one netizen who was a fan of him. And that he knows that Jackson has a habit of going to nightclubs and often having romantic relationships with influencers. As well, Li Yifeng's mistress was blasé, and this woman who once produced Jackson Wang's single Can't Breathe. So people started to see the connection between Jackson and Li Yifeng. In addition, Jackson was once close to a former member of Big Bang, Seungri. This certainly raises the theory that Jackson is a player who must often be with Li Yifeng, Seungri, and blasé. While all this was speculated, people reiterated Jackson's statement. Jackson had said don't interfere when a man is talking, which was when he participated in one of the Korean shows. Now that statement is clearly considered patriarchal and sexist. A fan site once accused Jackson's agency, Team Wang, of discriminating against fans. That's because they only contact fan sites with beautiful account owners and nothing else. The incident caused a huge discontent that many fan sites simultaneously changed their avatar to black on Weibo to demand justice. That was not the end. With Li Yifeng's alleged involvement in Prosty, one of Jackson Wang's biggest fan sites, which has reached 80,000 followers on Weibo, suddenly closed its account. Before closing, there was an upload that said hope you remember your dreams and desires when you started and can live without shame. It was never proven to be true and no charges were applied to Jackson, so people were left with many unanswered questions. While this was happening, Jackson only said this. Maybe one day people might know. I do it for the artistry. I do it for my people. I do it for history. I don't have time to do anything else. That's all I have. Focus. Everything else just noise. Work hard, play even harder, that's the logic. Analyzation is different from different people. They want what they want to see. That's entertainment. Remember, it's all good. While Jackson doesn't address his post on any particular thing, netizens suspected that this may be the idol's responses to recent accusations that he dated multiple women at once, used prosty services, and participated in crazy parties hosted by Big Bang Seungri. However, most argued that his remarks are vague at best, do not answer any inquiries, and may be completely unrelated to the ongoing noises. And now the controversy that Jackson created himself and went quite viral. During his concert in London, he did an 8-minute speech that made many people upset. I want to introduce to my London people. I love you so much. I care about you. This is Jackson Wang from China. I don't give a F about everything else. This is my home, this is my home country. Listen, listen. There is so much effing media talking about bullshit, it's not like China. Media, effing media, propaganda bullshit. If you travel to China one time, you'll feel like, damn, this is a dope place, I guarantee. Although the majority of Jackson's speech centered around the idea of finding your own standard, the beginning of his speech went viral for his comments. Many netizens were outraged by what he said, understanding his comments to mean that he was dismissing reports of innocent Uyghur Muslims locked up in concentration camps in China as simply Western propaganda against China. I know you all aren't cheering on Jackson Wang's silly little speech when China is literally putting Muslims in camps and torturing them so much to be proud about. Wow. There was no reason for Jackson to bring up such a political topic at a concert, and the way his fan base is supporting him still is crazy. Do you guys not sympathize for the Uyghur Muslims at all? People are still divided about this speech and Jackson hasn't said anything about it. The last controversy is his inappropriate behavior with his fans. During one of his concerts, a fan got touchy with him while he sang I Love You 3000. The fan can be seen reaching for his face, which Jackson brushes off, and even touches his inner thigh, which he laughs off and pulled her legs over him instead. People were angry that Jackson did not set any boundaries but started to play into it, making it uncomfortable to watch. Others did not see it this way, citing that fans can decline to go on stage, but Jackson had no way of avoiding getting touched in that manner. But people not only have problems with this. People are mad and disappointed at Jackson for being always touchy with fans on stage, dancing inappropriately in front of them. All these controversies that Jackson got involved in made a lot of people turn their backs on Jackson. It is so unfortunate how much he has changed. Is it because of money or entertainment business ruined him? China's government is involved in this. We don't know. What do you think about all this? Does Jackson deserve all the criticism or not? Thank you for watching and see ya.